All right, good evening, hoods and killers. Welcome to the watch party tonight for Submarine. So far, it's just me, Texas, and Juno. Sean, said he may make it, he may not. So we are here either way. So um, that's what what it is at the moment. So so with roll call, we've got Chester Franklin, we've got Jimmy, we've got uh, Rosalia, we have P. Rich, Alan is in the house, um, and so far that's it. So, but hopefully, everybody will. There'll be quite a few people coming in or whatnot. But yeah, this movie is a favorite of mine. Written by British comedian and actor Richard Ayoade. He does a lot of well, he's been in several movies, but he was in a really funny British comedy show called The IT Crowd, and he's got a really dry sense of humor. The most recent thing that I saw him on was Last One Laughing, the UK version, which is also available on Prime, and it's pretty good. And we've got Zodiac in the house, and also Anthony Chipotle is in the house. So good to see all you guys and whatnot.
My name is Oliver Tate. I suppose it's a bit of an affectation, but sometimes I wish there was a film crew following my every move. I don't quite know what I am yet. I've tried flipping coins, listening exclusively to French crooners. I've even had a brief ad phase, but nothing stuck. My parents have not had sex for 7 months. I've been monitoring their intimacy via the dimmer switch in their bedroom. Jordana Bevan's moderately unpopular, which makes a romance between the two of us more likely.
Meet me into the ridge after school and we'll take it from there. Now kneel down. Close your eyes. Wow, you look mentally retarded.
What are you gonna do with the photos?
What are you complaining about? This is conclusive proof they might not be gay.
I asked if she was my girlfriend now. She said,
I'll think about it.
but what she meant was, yes, we are now as one. My parents are going to the cinema on Thursday. The house is empty on Thursday evening.
Are you asking me to come round and have sex with you?
If I say yes, is that less than the chance of you wanting to? To us, and a wonderful evening of lovemaking.
You're a serial killer.
I wish I could hand in this excuse now.
Please may Oliver be excused from class. His tiny heart is broken.
It's a big love letter.
I've got a big heart. Dear Jordana, you're the only person I would allow to be shrunk down to a microscopic size and swim inside me in a tiny submersible machine. You're too good for me. You're too good for anyone. Sincerely, Oliver. I was crying earlier. My eyes are probably red.
They look fine.
Well, maybe they don't go red when I cry then.
I heard the news that you're planning to shoot me out of a cannon.
Okay, so we are back.
Yep.
We've got Sailor George in the house, and Jim from Jim's Movie Channel is in the house. So the real crew is here. So what's going on, Juno?
Not much. Just celebrate my mom's birthday.
Happy birthday to Juno's mom.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Let's give it up for Juno's mom.
Thank you, everybody.
So, yeah. Yeah, of course, I didn't want to be the bearer of bad news, but Jim already, put it out in the chat. But we're gonna. Oh, and Undead is in the house. Undead of Night. So there we go too. Yeah. Yeah, wasn't that brilliant? The dimmer of the sex for his parents and whatnot. I've probably watched this fucking movie at least 10 times. But yeah, just of course, wanted to say rest in peace, Val Kilmer. I'm kind of thinking maybe next week I might do Salt and Sea, which is a highly underrated film of his, which is very good, and even Juno's uh, fire detector thing even agrees with me. His smoke detector. So
Yep.
But yeah, if I didn't say so before, yeah, Brook Sauce is in the house, and all is well is good, and all whatnot.
Drayton Sawyer! This year, Drayton, you've got to tell the secret of that fabulously tasty chili.
No secret. It's the meat. Don't skimp on the meat. I got a real good eye for prime meat. Runs in the family.
I agree. It runs in the family.
Right, and you never skimp on the meat. If you do, that just means that your chili is not legitimate.
Johnny.
4 weeks. 20 papers, that's $2 plus tip.
Gee, Johnny, I don't have a dime. Sorry.
Didn't ask for a dime. $2.
Well, it's funny. See, my mom had to leave early to take my brother to school and my dad to work because...
$2. Cash.
$2 cash.
Exactly. And Johnny is in the house. Johnny Wild Guys. So,
hey, Johnny.
Yeah, that's right. He did send me this great picture of you, Juno the Slayer, man.
Yeah.
Did you get a copy of it?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that was great. I'm sure a preview of some sort is forthcoming.
Fuck Don Fettuccine, piece of shit, crying about the new show being canceled. Fuck Don Fettuccine, aka Don Faggoccini, motherfucking Fettuccine up your ass. Fuck Don Fettuccine. Fuck Cum and Chucky. Fuck Ass of Chucky. And fuck Cult of Fucky. Don Fettuccine is a fucking pick, and he eats shit.
Yes, fettuccine and mozzarella up his ass.
So Undead said that my audio was lower than yours in the audio clips. I hope that's better. I turned it up a bit. It's so hopefully it's
Yep.
working better now. Um, but nobody's saying anything, so I don't know. But anyway. Is there a party going on back there, Juno?
No.
I hear like a lot of whistling or something.
Unless it's a earbud or something.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not the usual, like spare change thing or anything like that.
Spare some change.
That clink, 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 So.
Kid, I have seen weird things come and I have seen weird things go. The weirdest thing I ever saw just had to cap it off.
Frank.
So Jim wants to know if Chef Boyardee pissed you off.
Probably. Because he's like Don Faggottini. Mozzarella cheese and sticks up their ass.
I mean, Chef Boyardee, he's been dead, way before, like, you were born and probably before, Fettuccine was born.
Yep.
Chef Boyardee versus Juno.
Winner takes all.
Oh boy.
This is where the law stops. And I start.
I don't fucking like football. I don't.
Hey guys, want to go whitewater rafting in Halloween 5?
The CWO have asked me to take this opportunity to say, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
All right, Johnny. Well, he says that he just came on to say hey, and he's gonna we need to make him a new sketty wig when we can. And we have Dirk here, from Subjective Perspective Collective. But, it's not a Dirk party unless Darren is here, and we got some Birdie and Birdie. Birdie. We got some Birdie and Lindsay coming up on their show on Sunday. And they got a really good looking fucking Soledad Miranda t-shirt that CK from Dead Pit made for him and stuff. So there you go. See you later, Johnny. Thanks for stopping
Take
in.
care, Johnny.
And Mag is in the house. So
hey, Mag.
Even though this film is rated R, we just always have to have the fuck you to make sure that, it's for all the adults in the house, their dogs and cats, grandmas and grandpas, and non-related cousins. because you can't get that sex on with related cousins. Durwood is dealing with his bitch mother-in-law. I mean, witch. Darling, you mean? You're welcome. You're welcome, Dirk. It's always good to support the real, people in this community. It's gonna cause a stir. People are gonna be angry. They're gonna throw cake batter at me or something. Probably take their shirts off and chain smoke. All right. Well, we're gonna get this thing started in just a couple more minutes, so everybody get ready. This movie's fucking everywhere. It's on Tubi, Pluto, Amazon Prime. The Look movie is pinned to the top and everything. So But I guess a lot of people are having storms and such. Well, y'all be careful out there.
Yes.
Don't go outside with like weather vanes pointing to the sky and things like that. And if lightning hits, just make sure it hits a tree that's not close to your house.
Yep.
Derek says it's getting wild here. He saw most people fucking in a three
Damn. Damn. That 3-wheel cart.
Shit. We've got Video Manning Gizmo in the house, the purveyor of Norwegian black metal.
Hey, Gizmo.
Where there's smoke, there's fire in Norway, and you know it's a church. We, I guess it's in about 3 weeks. I'll be on Gizmos. We'll be doing our something rotten in the basement. And I've watched about half the movies, so it's not too bad. By the way, Dirk, this is my next little foray cat in the brain. So that should be a fun watch. All right, Jim. Hopefully we'll see you later and stuff. And I'll, we'll be talking, of course. Oh, I won't, Dirk. But anyway, if you guys are, hopefully you're getting ready, because I'm gonna start the countdown, and we're gonna get this puppy started here. But we've got another little Juno announcement.
This is where the law stops, and I start.
Juno Cobra.
No, we don't teach Kung Fu. We teach karate.
Well, that's nice. Well, anyway. Have to see what's up with that one. But anyway, here we go with the countdown. Hopefully everybody's ready.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Press play, bitches.
Yep. So there you go. Press play pictures. And we have Kenny from Kenny's Movie Channel is in the house. Good to see you, Kenny. Glad you made it.
Hey, Kenny.
Jim just had to step out for a moment. Hopefully he'll be back. I'm doing good, Kenny. Hopefully you've been, keeping your yam books hidden, from the wife and others that, don't get to see them, I mean. But speaking of yams, my next Severin shipment with the next two Russ Meyer films are heading their way to me. So I'm excited for that, for Motorcycle and what the fuck was that other one? Oh yeah, My Dear Americans, the film you're about to see is a biopic of my life. The events take place not so long ago in a proud land called Wales. Wales is next to England, a country you pretend to treat as an equal. And my homeland has produced Catherine Zeta-Jones, Tom Jones, and some other people. You have not yet invaded my country, and blah, blah, blah. Yours kindly, Oliver Tate. I forgot about that preface. I should have been pre-prepared to read that out. Thank you, Kenny. I appreciate that. Oh my God, there's an actual Walmart museum. Oof. Yes, Wales, as in Wales, England, not, anyway. Oh, I just stroked the beard and Derek's not here. Damn. So we got this nice shot of the ocean and the countryside and stuff, and a lot of good shots in this,
That is a nice shot.
So this is the prologue of the film. I'm so glad I never went to a school where I had to wear a fucking tie every day.
Find out the only way to get through life is to picture myself in an entirely disconnected reality. I often imagine how people would react to my death. You see young boys quaver in voices. We from the dead with flowers. The empty stillness of the school corridor. Look, music analysis.
How that like they have his his name in those cut out, letters on the thing, but like some people would probably instead of Oliver, like some people say Oliver. The only good thing sometimes about wearing a tie is just, being able to hang yourself. Oh, wait, I didn't say that, did I?
Stand up and read it out.
Thank you, Dirk. Yes, make sure to like and subscribe and all that good stuff because, I barely even ever mention that, but I will for the moment, so. Yeah, I would have hated carrying a briefcase to school too. Most people would probably have thought it was a bomb or something ridiculous, I've never seen that gizmo, but I mean, I know of it and all that. That was the wrong Tate Allen. You know who that was. There goes her bag, and there she goes into the drink as well. I haven't seen it. Gizmo.
Gives me time to think. I suppose it's a bit of an affectation, not often individual. My word for today is flagitious. Wickedly shameful.
The one kid with the bad teeth that sort of plays his friend was in a British TV series called it's something like Crazy Mad Fat Diary or My Mad Fat Diary, which actually was a pretty decent show.
Spying on your neighbors. Seem like terrible human beings. My parents have not had sex for 7 months. I've been monitoring their intimacy by the days. I know when they've been at it because the next moment will be set to halfway. Wish life could be more like American soap operas. Then, whenever things got dramatic, you just fade the picture down and it comes up again.
Yeah, I guess Ben Stiller fronted some of the money for this or something because he did a. I forgot what there was a movie that Ayoade was in of his and a couple other people back around this time. But they were looking for aliens or something ridiculous like that. But you saw him on that very briefly. He was on that TV screen when he mentioned American soap operas.
As usual, I don't speak to my emotions. I can slip in unnoticed.
And Derek's in the house. Hey, Derek.
Hey, Woo.
Meg, I saw a picture of the dog on Instagram. Only thing is, I got to come up with several $100s for a deposit, Plus, I have to make sure that he wouldn't rip my place apart. But yeah, yeah. Now there you go. That's a freak right there that would actually take a shit in front of everybody in public, at the school,
Stillness is a reminder of a brave man who died in the First World War. He's an outstanding poet. He wants to make a
I have to say though that Sir Tate has some good taste listening to Serge Gainsbourg. Yeah, Dirk says there's fucking tornadoes running across the U.S. from Arkansas to Detroit. A lot of damage is happening. So keep those folks in your thoughts and prayers. Absolutely.
Yes.
We can do a watch party for like Rushmore when I'm dead. Just kidding. Yeah, Zodiac, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, sorry about that. See, I still have a lot of prayers.
So now we're getting to like this first non-typical sort of bizarre like teenage scene that, you know, if you're squeamish, you know, please close your eyes because it involves a camera, a diary, and being on knees.
Close your eyes.
Yeah, these kids are always cruel, you know, even in English schools, probably even worse. Have a good night, Gizmo. Take it easy.
Take care, Gizmo.
Yeah, we had a lot of wind today, but nothing too crazy. When I was in fourth grade, I had a tornado hit my school. That was wild.
It destroyed your school.
Didn't destroy it, but I mean, I was at school. It blew out like it had like these big fucking glass windows and doors by the office, and it blew those out. When the electricity went out, we had to have lunch by candlelight. So basically, Mr. Tate has a girlfriend or so. Imagine that, you work at an office when it's your birthday, you're responsible for bringing your own fucking cake. I mean,
Oh man.
oh, that's horrible, Dirk. Grayson has to bring his own cupcakes tomorrow for his birthday. Oh, damn. I mean, I suppose, like when you're kids, they have all that ridiculous stuff, like, when they have some sort of weird potluck thing and you gotta bring, everybody's gotta bring something, but still, having to bring his own cupcakes. But happy birthday to Grayson.
Yeah, birthday.
Getting a girlfriend, and it's quite an achievement. That's cool, Dirk. Yeah. The Big 8 tomorrow. Cool. I've been to Branson a couple of times. What's worse, thunderstorms or tornadoes? Earthquakes. That's what's worse. Charles Branson. That's exactly right. Could you imagine if Charles Bronson had a stage show in Branson? Come out with a gun and shoot people in the audience. Just all like all blanks and stuff. But they'd probably do something like that. Like that scene in that Divine does in Female Trouble. Like she's jumping on that trampoline, throwing that fish everywhere, and then at the end she takes a shotgun and starts shooting people in the audience.
What was your thoughts on the Hairspray movie?
Oh, hey, Nikki, good to see you. Hope you have a good night at work and whatnot. And thanks for stopping in and everything.
Hey, Nikki.
What was it? Oh, Hairspray? I like Hairspray.
Yeah.
I've never watched the original I like a lot, but I've never seen the other one.
The remake
Yeah.
with John Travolta.
Yeah, I've never watched that.
I don't know the original, like the remake. I did see it. It's more like a musical a bit.
Damn,
Would you
Dirk.
call the? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just
I
gonna
was
say.
saying.
Never mind. It's all good.
I'll just go ahead and talk about Dirk.
No, I was just gonna say, damn, Dirk. I'm sorry to hear that. That's about it.
Because I don't know if the original is counted as a musical or not. But I know there's some singing in it, but compared to the original and the remake, I would say the original wins. Not that it's just that John Travolta, they kind of made him look fucking weird in that one.
When does he not look weird though?
Because I don't know, I thought Divine did a better job playing Tracy's mom. Because I know Divine's a drag person, but I feel like he was more of an. I kind of buy that Divine looked more like a woman than John Travolta. It's just John Travolta. It just looks obviously like he's in a suit. He's in a fat suit,
right?
And it just fucking looks weird. Which is kind of funny that Divine does play her, like she plays Tracy's mom, and it plays I think the principal of the school as himself without the drag outfit.
Mm-hmm.
So like it was cool to see Divine in two roles.
He did that a lot of times. I mean, he does that in Female Trouble, actually, like, because he plays the character Don Davenport, and then she has sex with this guy that's actually played by him. So John Waters used to say, well, it's the first time ever in a movie that, you know, an actress has been filmed. You know, so.
Yep. Yeah, the original wins.
So.
Oh shit! I forgot the Doors. He played Jim Morrison. That fuck. That's a good one. Did you ever see that one?
Yeah, I've seen
Texas.
it. Yep. Ellen Ripley, believe it or not, yes. Juan Travolta. There you go.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh yeah, this is when this asshole Graham shows up, who is like an old sort of flame of his mother's and stuff, and he's a prick. Look at that shit. Look at that van. I mean, you know, that's a killer's van.
Yeah.
Lights and all that bullshit. Yep, Top Secret is good. Real Genius is good. He did a lot of stuff. I'm not sure, Dirk, if he's still preaching Scientology or whatever, but I mean, he's up to something, man. In that movie he did, The Fan, that was directed by fucking Fred Durst. Oof, that's about an hour and a half of my life I'd like to get back.
You ever saw that piece of shit movie, that Battlestar fucking movie? Whatever that.
Oh fuck no.
Gosh, that was. I saw like 15 seconds of it on cable a couple years ago, and fucking sucked. Like first 15 seconds watching it, I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm watching something else.
Oh, I'd never watch that. You know, you know. It's so funny. She shows up at his house, you know, when they're prepared to like do the nasty or whatever they're gonna do, and she's like, "Thanks for living up a fucking hill." Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Batman. Well, the only thing wrong with Batman Forever was that it was directed by somebody I, you know, couldn't personally stand. But other than that,
I like Batman
it's
Forever.
a great movie.
I know people say it's a campy movie, but it's fucking good.
It is good.
I know originally Riddler they were gonna give Robert Williams, but Robert Williams was doing other movies at that time. Because originally, at first he was asked to do the fucking Joker in the first one, but Nicholson took that role, and then they wanted him as the Riddler, but that never happened. Instead, we got Jim Carrey, which I thought Jim Carrey was fucking good. I know people said that, oh, his character is fucking stupid and over the top, but I think that's the point of the fucking Riddler. It's like he is that way in the show. And it's kind of funny about that one because it said that Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey didn't even get along with that film, and like Tommy Lee Jones got fucking annoyed with Jim Carrey. But it was funny that you in the movie you see them as they get along in the film after all,
Right.
which is kind of funny.
Shamarlos is in the house.
Yeah, Batman and Robin, that was fucking bad, and I don't know like why Val Kilmer didn't come back because he was supposed to fucking continue that one because he already got Chris O'Donnell's Robin in that film. So you were supposed to continue that in the next one, but he didn't come back. And I don't mind Clooney, but it's just that's probably one of his worst roles because it's just he doesn't fit as Batman. Like he sucked as Batman. But
I haven't ever had any of those, MAGA. He's addicted to Uncrustables. He eats 3 10-pack boxes in a week.
I'd rather watch Batman and Robin over that fucking new Joker movie. Shows you how fucking bad I hate that movie.
The poker. Shamarlo said he had Whataburger tonight. That's good stuff.
Damn it, Whataburger just keeps reminding me of King of the Hill because they always mention it.
I have Kill Me Again, Chester, on my watch list, so I need to check that out.
What was your thoughts on the Dr. Monroe movie?
Oh, God. That's horrible. He's not bad in it, but Brando is just ridiculous.
You can't stand Brando?
Well, not in that movie, and by that time, he basically just told everybody he would well that he could that it's like I'm he wouldn't do anything from days on end. Like, well, I don't feel like working today, so they would stop production and stuff like that. There's a documentary about it that's just like insane, and it didn't even turn out to be the movie that the guy originally wanted to make. A lot of it was Brando's fault. He just wanted to sit around in his fat and fester, and stuff. So
Just be a fat ass all day?
Yeah, pretty
instead
much.
of the movie? That's what Brando just did?
Island of Dr. Brando, exactly. Yeah, I know, Jimmy. We talked about that earlier today. Yeah, that Dr. Moreau documentary, Rosie, that's fantastic. Marlon
I know
Wayans is that too.
I know Shit Fact just released it, so
So Dirk said he had some grilled up pork chops and a cast iron. That sounds good. Pork chops are awesome.
pork chops.
Hey, Joseph the horror guy is in the house. What's happening, buddy?
Hey, Joseph.
Thanks for coming in. No, we haven't done Apocalypse Now. That's a long one. That might be a maybe, at some point. Yeah, things are going okay, Joseph. Hope things are going good with you.
Yeah. Apocalypse Now. I enjoy that movie. Besides the director, don't fucking respect him. But I don't respect that fucking director. But I like Apocalypse Now.
Chester said he had chicken wings, deep fried ribs, and cabbage with bacon. Sounds good to me, except I wouldn't. I'm not too much of a fan of cabbage, but tonight I had Popeyes. They had these sandwiches, these some kind of like pickle sauce and stuff, and so I tried one of those and got a pretty good deal because they had buy one get one free and all this good stuff. So
You ever try cabbage cheese?
cabbage cheese?
Yeah.
No.
Because I always see that around.
You get my age and weed and Uncrustables sound better than fucking with a hoe. Well, yeah, I think so, I guess, you know. Yeah, be careful there, Joseph. Graham T. Purvis System. I forgot that his character's last name was Purvis because in Gentleman Broncos, the main kid's name is Benji Purvis. That's one that I want to show sometime. Gentleman Broncos. It's made by the guy who did Napoleon Dynamite, and it's just as funny, or not, even better. So yeah, we're at part 2. Graham Purvis. I'm not going to comment on the whole book thing there or other things. Too close to home for me. So yeah, he sees his mom out there with that Graham idiot and stuff. Yeah, Alec Baldwin is in Rustable, exactly. Yeah, Joseph, that was a tragedy. We were all sorry to hear about that. Michelle Trachtenberg.
Yep.
So he's, asking his father about the affair, and he's just acting like he doesn't really know, and whatever, He just said he's just a friend of your mother's. Yeah, never, definitely never drag the needle across it. If you have I forget the word for it, but if you have a turntable that you can put the speeds in the middle, or whatever, and the band will go in reverse. You can use your finger not on the vinyl, but on the label, and spin it backwards so you can hear all the satanic messages. Because I used to have a turntable like that, so I'd always, listen to the backward stuff to see what kind of bullshit messages were on there, or stuff that I heard that, was totally usually false and things of that sort. Always, hold the record like this so you don't get any fingerprints on it. Always make sure you get a non-static record cloth or a brush. And that's pretty much it, Yeah, don't store them in warm temps. Always leave them up. Don't leave a spot or something. Jesus, Juno, man, you're collecting the change. Careful with that.
Yeah, I guess that's what's happening with the record. When you said the vinyls, don't try to scratch them.
Right. Oh man, I've seen people just, treat their fucking vinyl like shit. It's
That's the thing that pisses you off the most.
Yeah, I mean, it's like even with CDs, people want to put their fucking fingerprints or whatever.
I hate that and fucking yeah.
When I used to come down here on vacation and visit my mom, she had her CDs all over the place. I had to, find them, make sure that they were okay, and put them up for her and everything. And I told her, I'm like, you used to yell at me about cleaning my room. You need to take better care of these and shit, Yeah, don't snort coke off of them. Use a CD for that. Or preferably just a coaster of some sort. And don't treat your vinyl like a coaster. Yeah, so Graham's doing one of his stupid talks here, and he's all ridiculous. Although Patty Considine plays this guy really well. This fucked up mullet that he has and everything.
A fucking mullet. What's your thoughts on mullets?
Well, it depends. I mean, that mullet that he has right there, oh my god, that's like a fucking porcupine in heat. And Jesus Christ, you know. Bruce Foxton, the bass player of the Jam, he used to have a really good fucking mullet, but that was like way back in '82, you know, before they even became fashionable and all that. You know, the worst part was like seeing, you know, some, you know, lady with a mullet. 'Cause I'm surprised, like Eileen Warnos, with all those dudes she was killing, that she didn't have a mullet. But you know, things happen like that. You know, Mr. Dan is in the house.
Hey, Mr. Dan.
Good to see you. And Ryan's in the house. I'm trying to think the best.
Hey, Ryan.
There was this punk rock band from New Jersey called Adrenaline OD, and they had he played it backwards. It said something like Satan sucks. You know, it was, you know, we I mean, the whole thing was like, it was like a total joke, but it was something like, we hate heavy metal, Satan sucks. I forget what else, but you know, stuff like that. That's cool, Joseph. New phones are always fun. It's like a brand new toy.
Ruins every Christmas. Extraordinary. They are. Because they've forgotten.
It's like you have those, you know, like people that actually, you know, buy you something for Christmas and then they tell you like what it is.
The question was, do I tell Giordano about this claim situation?
Stairway to Heaven, yeah, well, they always said that. That one of the best ones that I thought was funny was another one, Bites the Dust, because it supposedly says when you play it backwards, start to smoke marijuana. And yeah, Mr. Dan, this is a great movie. He's really good in it. But I mean, everybody's fucking really great in this movie. I mean, Richard Ayoade, it's just his total, like, you know, dry humor and everything in it. I mean, it works so perfectly. I mean, I'm glad that he made this movie because it's hilarious in some ways, but it does get really serious at times, you know. Yeah, this is when he finds out that Jordana's mom's got like brain cancer and stuff. There was that band Venom, and they had this. I don't remember the song, but playing it backwards, it said something like, "I will crush your bones," and oh shit, I don't know. It said a bunch of like ridiculous stuff. Number 2, don't mix family and bush. Well, I would think that that would be something that you really wouldn't do this. Oh, there's also the Beatles Revolution number 9. That's always fun to listen to backwards. And then on the White Album, between the song Blackbird and I'm So Tired, there's this little garble, this little bit of space. You play that backwards, and this is at the height of course, the Paul is dead thing, and it says Paul is dead, missing. And then because like at the end of I Am the Walrus, you hear like Lennon saying what it sounds like, I buried Paul or something, but he claimed he actually said cranberry sauce. All right, Joseph, thanks for stopping in, and have a good night, man. Take care of yourself and be careful out there.
Didn't that they also? You said that part. I buried Paul. Like, didn't they also said that with Gangrel's theme song?
I don't know anything about that.
Because somebody did that where they reverse his song and it says I buried Paul.
Well, it's not on that. Well, I don't. Well, I've never heard about that.
Because it's like the first part of the song, like the first verse that you hear it in the way beginning. You kind of hear like somebody talking, but when they reverse it, it says I buried Paul.
Oh. Have a good night, Joseph, and be good, brother. But what I was telling, Dirk, and he said, on Revolution number 9, we play it backwards, and it says, "Turn me on, dead man. Turn me on, dead man." Or like when you listen to it forwards, it's like, "Let me out, let me out." It's so weird. The whole thing's weird, like forwards and backwards, because it's just all this weird, stuff.
All that weird shit.
Yeah. There's an industrial band, like really the ones that actually started with that term, called Throbbing Gristle, and they have a song called Slug Bait, and there's like a whole shitload of like different versions of it, and there's like one called TF Gulls, which is slug bait backwards, and that's a weird one. But they're one of those bands, just like Suicide. Like if you're having a party and you got a bunch of people that you want them to get the fuck out of your house, you put that shit on, and then they'll get the hell out of there, and stuff. There's that Suicide Solution. There was a song on the Dead Kennedy's Bedtime for Democracy at the beginning. Joel, he says, We came home and found our son lying on his bed, dead of a gunshot wound. He had his headphones on, and there was an Aussie record on the turntable. So we called our lawyer. So there you go. And then there were those two idiots that, claimed that Judas Priest was telling them to kill themselves. And I forget the fucking song. And these two idiots were on a playground in a park, and they both, shot themselves. And one guy, well, he lived, but he had blown half his face off, and went around he lived for a while, but died basically from his injuries and then stuff. And then, anyway, back to the movie here. So, like, he's trying to do everything he can to keep to himself and not, bother Jordana about her mom's cancer and stuff. And then, like, there's a lot of stuff going on, and, it's just, yeah, this is where it gets kind of serious and all that. But anyway, we go back to everything. Oh, yeah, they were fucking idiots, man. I can't feel sorry for anybody that would do shit like that. She'll admire whatever it was he said, and then she'll buy soup for homeless people. What an idiot. He should have walked her home. First love, what are you going to do? Yeah, all of that was, like ridiculous. That was one of the things that stopped me from, I'd rather have faith than like organized religion, and I always hated that sort of dumb stuff. Yeah, luckily I was out of high school before, like people would tell me to get, if I was wearing Slayer or Metallica shirts or something. But then, of course, nobody could deal with, like, wearing punk rock shirts and flannels and having, spiked hair and shit and whatnot. Because punk rockers were evil. We were more evil than like metalheads, apparently. Because we like Devo, Chooch of Satan is more like it, but I remember one kid saying to me, I know who the Sex Pistols are. Them and their satin pants. What a bunch of faggots. Like, wow. Did you come up with that on your own? Yeah, the dread of having to carry flowers into a hospital. Yeah, this is like surreal kind of like dream sequence here, you know. And you'd never catch me walking on a fucking bridge that I could see through. Hey, Chris C's in the house. Welcome, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Oh, MAGA, the slip it in shirt. Yeah. Thank God I was out of school by then. Only time that I ever got sent home was I made a homemade Jodie Foster's Army shirt, which had the lyrics to the song Jodie Foster's Army, and of course it talks about Reagan getting shot, and one of the vice principals didn't take too far to that, sent me home, but like my principal though he had a laugh out of it. And he just said, well, yeah, you need to go home and change your shirt. And I said, well, I only have one more class. And he's like, okay, well, then just don't wear it again. I'm like, okay. I actually had a really cool like principal. The rest of them were a bunch of assholes.
Was that guy? That guy wasn't around no more. Like when you were like there for high school.
Who's that? What guy?
You said your principal. That was cool.
Yeah, well, see, in my high school, right, we had a main principal, and then each grade had their own principal, and then so like I had him through all 4 of my high school years. So he was there, but it was this other school. It was the principal that was like this happened when I was a senior, I think, or a junior, and that guy was like the senior. Yeah, I think it was when I was a junior, and that guy was like the senior principal that was telling me to go home, and he was an asshole. He kept putting his hands on me and shit, and I kept telling him, I'm like, don't fucking touch me, you know, and shit. And he was an asshole and stuff. But anyway, it didn't matter, you know. See, obviously, I missed a lot of the good stuff because, you know, I never got, you know, kicked out of, you know, except like that one time. But it was only, like I said, my principal was cool. He just said, well, you know, go to your last class, but don't ever wear the shirt again. So he was cool about it, and I was cool about it. I didn't raise a fuss. I'm like, okay, not a big deal because I didn't really give a shit, you know. I went to, you know, it's funny, Chris, that I saw Testament one time at the Cow Palace as well, but that was with Iron Maiden and Corrosion of Conformity were like the openers. That was back in '92, and then but the only time I really saw any like religious protesters, well, it was just one guy. Was when I saw Marilyn Manson at the Warfield for the Antichrist Superstar tour. I had an asshole assistant principal that banged his chest and wanted me to wrestle or play football. That guy sounds like a sociopath. Those guys, COC, were like friends of mine. They stayed at my house in '85 on the Animosity tour. This was way before Pepper was in the band and stuff. This was after their singer, their original singer on Eye for an Eye, Eric, had left, and they recorded Animosity as a trio. And they had this guy that was hanging with them, kind of as a, I guess you could say, quasi roadie named Wayne. And I told him, like, well, next time you guys come to town, you can stay at my house. So sure enough, like, you know, they come to town and they're playing, and then Wayne's like, hey, can we stay at your house? And I'm like, yeah. Even though, like, I didn't tell my stepdad or my mom. And then it was kind of surprised the next morning when my stepdad got up to let the dogs out. He's like, what the hell's all this? Who are these people sleeping in my, living room? Part 3, Showdown. Yeah, this is when he has his showdown with, Yes, I've heard of Severed Heads, Rosie. Not to say that I'm real familiar with them, but yes, I've heard of them. Yeah, I don't want to Mystic Ninja step down with another great line for this. I've never heard of those two bands, Dirk, unfortunately. But then, of course, I've listened to a lot of bands that nobody's ever heard of either. So he's gonna like break into like the guy's house now and whatnot. And he's mixing pills with alcohol, which is not a good thing. So he tried to set this thing on fire. Now the guy's home and he's trying to hide and shit. Like, what? All right, Dirk. Have a great night, and thanks for stopping in and hanging out with us and whatnot. It's always a pleasure to have you here, as always. You know, at least having one half of the panel of pain.
Have a good night, Dirt.
And I'll see you on Sunday. Sunday is Dirk and Darren's show on their channel, Subjective Perspective Collective. It's always a good time. Her mother admits that she gave Graham a hand job. I mean, damn. Yeah, just everybody be careful with those fucking storms, that's for sure.
Yes.
So basically, she wrote him like a Dear John letter, which is like kind of shitty, but whatever.
Yep.
But she gave him a lighter as a parting gift. Her new boyfriend is an incredibly long neck. It's just thinking about giraffes makes me angry. Jesus, you think she took enough like photos of them kissing and stuff?
Yep.
Did you shudder, Rosie? I don't know. Night, P. Rich. Take care.
Night period. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention like one of the reasons I was doing this was because it's my birthday month. So yeah, it's gonna be like birthday month all around. Did you notice, Gino? They had that light at like half mast, and that's how he could tell, like when they were having sex. So when he burst in there, he turned it all the way up, to piss him off. The only other thing that I think would have halfway to Halloween would probably be like AMC. That's where they edit all their bullshit and stuff.
I used to like Fear Fest.
Oh, that's Fear Fest. That's what they do. Never mind.
Yeah. I used to like when Fear Fest used to have like host of filmmakers like involved with it, which I thought that was fucking cool. But when they got rid of that, I thought the shit got kind of stupid. Because they had like George Romero, Rob Zombie, and one of my favorite was Kevin Smith, which I thought he was fucking hilarious hosting Fear Fest because he said a lot of funny shit before a scary movie happens.
I just want to see real shit that's scary as fuck. But actually, yeah, a movie you guys should check out is called The Rule of Jenny Penn, which just came out. That's got John Lithgow in it, and he's weird as fuck. It's crazy. To be forlorn and in love as a teenager. Yeah, Monster Vision was good, but they do that on Shutter now anyway. Like Joe Bob has his own thing on there. Maggie, any truth to the rumors that like when you're born in Memphis that they actually like give you a facsimile autograph photo of Elvis? Yeah, I think it's about time Ashton cleaned the van. I think he's been a bit lax in keeping it clean.
Yep.
So he is running along the beach, and it's not her. Some look-alike. Oh, it was her. I forgot. But there was one time where he sees a girl that's at home. Do you know that, Juno? The ocean is 6 miles deep.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Apparently. Bonos. Yep. So basically, it just kind of worked itself out, sort of, and sort of, but you never know because, he said he'd forget about it when he was 38. But that was Richard Ayoade's Submarine.
Yeah, pretty good movie.
Yeah, it's very good. Brookies and cream. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and like Noah Taylor, who played his father, he plays the road manager to uh, um, in friggin' Almost Famous to Stillwater.
Mm.
Elvis, the king of rock and roll and peanut butter and banana sandwiches. And other anomalies. Yeah, this song here is called Pile Driver, apparently. So there we go. See, the one thing about this movie was I didn't really want to show it until I had, certain person in here to watch it with us. But of course, that's not happening, at the moment. Because her mom is still ill and she's still really busy with herself, her mom, and the kid.
Mm-hmm.
But just for 10 minutes, I'd like to see her make a funny face while I was wishing I was holding her hand.
Yep.
AEW was all right. There was a really good intergender tornado match at the very beginning of the show. And then the end was kind of crazy. Few things here or there, but I mean, really, for a fucking, go home show, I didn't think they did all that good because of, for the pay-per-view and all that, but,
The Camille thing is kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I wish he was actually back and going after that idiot Megan Bain.
Yeah, because that's pretty much just taking like a fucking shout at. I don't know, was it a shoot at her where, oh, now she's the new Camille character, which is kind of fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just more Tony Khan being a fucking idiot booker that he doesn't know how to do shit. Because even like that segment where they had with Rosa, was it
Thunder Rosa?
Thunder Rosa. That segment that was fucking stupid where she was supposed to hit Megan Bang and some shit. That was the most stupidest fucking segment because she's like holding the fucking chair and are you gonna? And she's starting to swing and she doesn't do it. And I'm like, and even like the heels are like standing there like, what the fuck are you doing? Just hit us.
Right. He has this huge list of thanks here at the end, and he actually thanks Harmony Korine.
That's
for what?
great.
I don't know, but
I agree, Ashton. A few years ago, I didn't mind AEW. Just some of the shit's getting kind of ridiculous. That's why now they're turning into WCW, where most of them are going out to WWE. That's why the Lucha Bros, they're going to be going. And I heard that Ray Phoenix is getting signed there.
he's supposed to make his debut on Friday on SmackDown.
That's good.
But we all know
No
that,
more.
We all know that Ray Phoenix is you under a mask, man. I mean, you can't hide it too long, So.
Yep. I hope we get that dream match, Ray Phoenix versus Rey Mysterio.
Yeah,
The two Rays against each other.
May the best win.
Because what's interesting about Ray Phoenix, he kind of does look like Rey Mysterio a bit. Because a few years ago, like, it just like because when he was his brother fighting the Young Fucks at All Out 2019, he kind of looks like Rey Mysterio during that match when he's doing all the high flying shit. So like, I can see the little similarities a little bit. But I'm glad he doesn't have to deal with that that fucking jackass Tony Khan no more. Fucking ridiculous.
There was so much, Maga. There was so much great Memphis wrestling back in the day.
Yeah.
I used to
It's
do
just
a
that,
lot of tape trading and
yeah.
stuff with people.
Did you have to see that stupid thing where's that actress was like saying bullshit about wrestling, and Camille was just there like, what the fuck? I'm not interviewed instead.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was just fucking dumb. Like that tells you that person doesn't even know fucking shit about wrestling.
I'm sure, Mag. I'm sure you saw like Austin Idol, and I don't know if you're. Well, I mean, I don't know if you remember Pork Chop Cash, but then of course Eddie Gilbert and his brother Doug, and all those guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I did see that segment with Jimmy Uso getting busted open. That was some gruesome shit by Gunther. Like that's the fucking shit I want to see from Gunther. Being
I
one
remember
dominant.
Yeah, Maga mentions that Terry Funk and Jerry Lawler empty arena match. I remember that.
Oh
I've
yeah.
seen that. That's awesome.
The first half was kind of funny, the way Terry Funk is saying, "Get that son of a bitch Lawler out. I want to fight that son of a bitch." He's like saying "son of a bitch" a lot during the beginning of that match. But yeah, just but like, so like, who the fuck is Megan Banks supposed to wrestle? Like, because I never I don't know who the fuck that is.
She's wrestling against Tony Storm. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Darn it. There we go. So entertain everybody when you go.
Yeah. Yeah, just my thoughts about AEW, folks. I'm kind of 50-50 about it. There's some things I like about it. Like, I would say this. I like Toni Storm. I think she's the best thing about AEW. I think she's the best fucking woman wrestler in that division, and her fucking Timeless Storm gimmick was fucking cool, and I liked it. It can be an anti-character where it's pretty much like he's either a heel or a face. Like, that's what's natural. I don't know. I do feel bad for Camille in that situation. I feel like she did get fucked over by Coney Khan, and even that segment where she got fucking berated by Mercedes Monet, and they didn't do fucking nothing with that. So like, no shit came out of that. So like, that's bullshit. Which is more of that bullshit that AEW's doing with like WCW did that stupid shit with a few of their wrestlers. That's why Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, Dean Malenko, and Perry Saturn said, "Fuck you, motherfuckers," and just went to WWF. That's how I feel like most of the wrestlers are just going. They're kind of getting fucked over. They're getting put into stupid ass storylines that don't make no shit sense. There's like a bit of politics during that era, like during this era of wrestling right now. Yeah, Mercedes Monet, I don't really care for her. I didn't mind her as Sasha Banks, but it's just, I don't know. I think she's overrated, in my opinion. It's just she's overhyped as fuck. To me, like the only wrestler from woman wrestler in that era, in this stage of AEW is Toni Storm, and she's trying to carry the division on their ass because most of the division kind of sucked, especially when it first started. The division did suck. Besides, like Hikaru Shida fucking grabbing it up his ass and fixing it. And then with that Britt Baker politics bullshit happening in there too. I just burned out with AEW because a few years ago I wasn't into that shit when it was first starting out. And when it was like during like the medium scrum shit, because the last good thing they did was the blood and guts match with Jericho's team against Moxley's Blackfoot Combat Club when that fucking group was a fucking good gimmick and a great faction until they fucked up with the Death Riders, which is one of the worst storylines in wrestling history. I do think that Spike thing went too far. I don't know what the fuck they want to prove to say, oh, it's so gruesome. I'm like, most of the time, most of us don't want to see that painful, gruesome shit in wrestling because, yes, blood works. I could appreciate the blood. Like when Punk and McIntyre had that cell match, and that was beautiful. But having that stick in your back, that was just fucking too much, in my opinion. Like, especially when they're trying to pull that fucker off and it's sticking out of his back still, like his skin is getting pulled. Like, I feel like it is too much, and I bet Moxley was in fucking pain after that shit. But yeah. Yeah, same. Yeah, I agree, Ashton. When Punk got fired, that kind of made me lost respect for AEW because, like, I feel like it was some of the shady shit they ever did. And I know, like, I like Punk, and I know he is some wrong at times about it because I know that he is kind of an asshole too, but he's kind of a natural asshole compared to Tony Khan, who is an asshole now. But Punk lately, he's been kind of like also getting a bit realistic too with his promos, like even calling out motherfuckers like Hulk Hogan and Seth Rollins and all that shit. Even calling John Cena a crybaby bitch, which is funny. But yeah, Punk is like a wrestler that did get kind of fucked over in AEW, and I think they're a bunch of dumbasses for showing that fight video. But it's just what's burning out about AEW is that they're just creating the most boring bullshit, the most overproduced shit. Oh, we got to have this. And also, the way they're turning the wrestlers' heels is just bad. Extremely bad. Like when John Cena turned heel, that was pretty shocking and well done. At first, most of us thought Cody was going to turn heel, but I felt like the John Cena heel turn was out of nowhere. That was more of a heel turn that is natural. I don't know what the fuck is Tony Khan doing, turning 50-80% of their fucking wrestlers heels. And most of the time, they're not really turned as a heel right away. And they're not even shown to be a dominant heel. And then, oh, let's put them back as a baby face 2 or 3 months after they turn heel. Like, what's the fucking point? You made the heel turn pointless. It's like that they did that stupid shit in WCW where they turned when they turned Sting heel, which was a bullshit thing, and they also turned Lex Luger heel, which was fucking stupid. That's just giving you flashbacks of that overbooking bullshit, which I'm getting fucking tired of that shit. Even when Goldberg turned, like, I'm not a big Goldberg fan. I do think he's overrated, but when he turned heel, that was fucking stupid. And I would even admit too that when Stone Cold went, oh shit, we lost Texas, but he'll be back, folks. Don't worry, Texas will be back. But well, I'll admit that I wasn't big on Austin turning heel. I think that was a big fucking mistake they did. The only thing I feel like if they would have done the Austin heel turn at Mania 17 would have worked, not have Vince McMahon involved, aligning with him, because that defeated the fucking purpose of that storyline. because Austin did not trust anybody. Of course, he's like, don't trust anybody, raise hell and whoop some ass and take no names. You bought that fucking storyline where he kicked Vince McMahon's ass every fucking Monday night. And to see him aligned with now he's aligned, that's fucking ridiculous. And that was the one of the things I did not like about the heel turn. Hey, we're back, Texas.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know that my phone was gonna just like cut me off and all that kind of shit.
Yep. Yeah, I didn't mind. Like, Austin could have turned heel in the first place without that Vince McMahon shit. It's just I did not like that Vince McMahon shit involvement because it defeated the purpose of the character. That's what I was talking about. Texas is the heel turn that they've been doing in AEW. They've been kind of just reminding me of the WCW shit. How they turned Sting heel and it was fucking pointless.
Right.
Because like they did that with Chris Statlander and her fucking heel turn was pointless because it didn't matter. So like she went back as a baby face. And I don't know. It's just I'm just getting that WCW vibe from AEW. What the fuck they're doing with the wrestlers turning heel because they don't know how to do that shit. It's just like you have no build. It's leggy booking. It makes your company look stupid at times because like what's the fucking point? You're gonna turn them back as a face. Like it's like MJF. He didn't even need to be a fucking baby face. That was fucking waste of time. Like he should have just stayed as a heel. And yeah, just I don't like that heel turn shit that they've been doing. But the thing that turned like when I was during like, but when you were off Texas, I was also talking about what made me got away from AEW at before was it was during the Punk Medium Strum, like that kind of like made me lost respect for AEW.
Yeah.
It was during the. It's just like I did not like that shit, and Tony Khan was kind of a fucking moron during that situation, and didn't really handle it that well.
Right.
It kind of made the company look fucking bad, and of course they fired Punk, which I thought was stupid. What they did. So yeah, that was like the era. I think it was in the All Out paper that Scrum shit happened. I think that was 2012 in the fall. Or no, it's not 2022. Shit. I'm thinking of 2012. Oh yeah, that's a match that Punk got fucked over. He wasn't in the main event, but fucking Cena and Rock was. Gosh dang. I know the build-up was good, but it's just that match was overrated, in my opinion. I feel like Jericho and Punk should have main evented WrestleMania, or Triple H and Undertaker in the Hell in a Cell. Either those two matches should have main evented, not fucking Cena and Rock. Like that was the most overrated bullshit.
Well, anyway, I mean, I hope everybody had a good time tonight, and I hope those that did watch the movie liked it and whatnot.
It was a good movie, Texas.
I mean, I don't want to cut everything kind of short, but I'm kind of
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good, Texas. I kept everybody busy when you were off a bit, so like talk about wrestling.
And I know that storms and all that coming up and on. So I just want everybody to be safe and whatnot.
God prayers.
So Yeah, the only thing like so far that I've got lined up is that I've got probably next week Salton Sea, and then there's a one of Rosie's choices that I forgot about, and that'll probably happen this month, and got some other things in mind as well. What do you got next, Juno?
I'm gonna do another movie. I'm gonna do a movie next week. I know tomorrow. I know yesterday, folks. I didn't do a stream yesterday. Just wanted to take a break, but next week I'll be back for Tuesday, and I'm thinking of doing I'm also like thinking what you're doing, Texas. I'm also gonna probably do an about Kimmer movie in honor of his memory, and I'm kind of debating which one to do, but the one I'm kind of thinking to do is Tombstone.
Yeah, that'd be good. That's
Or
long as fuck.
or you want to do Real Genius?
Yeah, I'd actually like to see that again.
At least it's not Dr. Monroe.
We could just laugh at Jabba the Hutt. I mean, Marlon Brando.
Oh yeah, Marlon Brando does look like Jabba the Hutt with his fat ass in there.
Yeah, such a shame, that he was such a great actor, and then like in his later years, he just
Like I never saw the documentary, but you said that in the documentary they said that he was sitting on his fat ass all day during the making of that film.
Yeah, pretty much.
He went all Steven Seagal route where he didn't do shit.
He would just some days he'd be like, nope, I don't feel like it today, so he'd just say, hey, just say this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that him and Steven Seagal have something in common: being assholes and fat asses.
I should get like a swear jar, and anytime you mention like his name, you need to put like $1 in there. No Steven Seagal ever mentioned on this channel ever again.
That fat lump of shit, Steven Seagal. That guy's an asshole, man. Like he's a fucking prick.
Well, once he was beating up, his ex-wife Kelly LeBrock. That did it for me. I'm like, nope.
Yep. But yeah, probably do Real Genius. We'll do Real Genius for next week.
He's in this really highly underrated movie. It's a mafia flick called Birthday Cake. With what's his name, Shiloh Fernandez or whatever.
Yep.
Came out a few years ago. I mean, he was already he was using his voice box or whatever in it, but he's still really fucking good in it. It's a good movie. That's one everybody should look out for is Birthday Cake. It's a good one.
Or maybe I could probably just do. Maybe I could just do Batman Forever instead.
Yeah, if you wanted to, I don't see why not.
Because I like the Batman movies, and I know we're gonna get the Dark Knight movies done with Sean.
Yeah.
But I don't mind doing. I think I'm gonna just do the Batman Forever because I like that one.
But thanks again, everybody, for coming out, and everybody that watches the replay, and of course, Todd Christian. But thank you guys, as always, so much, because without you guys, I wouldn't be doing nothing, So, No, I won't even say what I was going to say because that would be bad and people would get emotional and it's not, you know. So, yeah, there you go. Moose hairstyle, you motherfuckers. How about that?
CWO in the motherfucking house.
But,
All right, everybody.
yeah, love you guys. Be safe. And
Prayers, everybody.
yeah, we will see you all, very soon. So have a good night.
All right, everybody.
My name is Oliver Tate. I suppose it's a bit of an affectation, but sometimes I wish there was a film crew following my every move. I don't quite know what I am yet. I've tried flipping coins, listening exclusively to French crooners. I've even had a brief ad phase, but nothing stuck. My parents have not had sex for 7 months. I've been monitoring their intimacy via the dimmer switch in their bedroom. Jordana Bevan's moderately unpopular, which makes a romance between the two of us more likely.
Meet me into the ridge after school and we'll take you from there. Now kneel down. Close your eyes. Wow, you look mentally retarded.
What are you gonna do with the photos?
What are you complaining about? Is this conclusive proof they might not be gay?
I asked if she was my girlfriend now. She said,
I'll think about it.
but what she meant was, yes, we are now as one. My parents are going to the cinema on Thursday. The house is empty on Thursday evening.
Are you asking me to come round and have sex with you?
If I say yes, is that less than the chance of you wanting to? To us, and a wonderful evening of lovemaking.
You're a serial killer.
I wish I could hand in this excuse now.
Please may Oliver be excused from class. His tiny heart is broken.
It's a big love letter. I've got a big heart. Dear Jordana, you're the only person I would allow to be shrunk down to a microscopic size and swim inside me in a tiny submersible machine. You're too good for me. You're too good for anyone. Sincerely, Oliver. I was crying earlier. My eyes are probably red.
They look fine.
Well, maybe they don't go red when I cry then.
I heard the news that you're planning to shoot me